Is one I can help you find?
Yes, Mojo catfish.
Right over here.
Hey, let go of my microphone, man. Yeah, let Tata touch. Finally, 7 or 8 foot. They're all the same, I think.
7 foot.
Yeah, finally. Wow, so light. Normal core. Wow, pretty stiff. Can I get 8 foot and the spinning?
8 foot and spinning. Right here.
Thank you. Oh, that's a 2-piece. Also quite stiff. Medium power. Thank you, sir.
You betcha.
The Mojo catfish rods are rather stiff. This looks like a good thing to drop in your pond.
Exactly what it's for, yeah.
Let the little fish have a hiding spot. Within a week or so, you'll get a bunch of algae and stuff growing on it, and then the fish will just hide in there. The little guys can...
Do you sell these or just...
We sell just the green balls here.
And you just buy the PVC and put it?
Because you can make them big as tall you want. You can make them some big, some small.
How much is the...
It's $40 for 3 of them. You get 3 balls in them.
$40 for 3? You have card?
Yeah.
Are you out of Illinois?
Yep.
That's unfortunate.
That's okay.
Sales taxes. Do you have a website?
Yeah.
Okay, good. That's a very clever idea. Hey, be nice. Hey, he's much bigger than you. That's not smart.
It's pretty strong though.
No. This is very smart.
You're outside and
I've been outside now, practically when they're more than 218.
These are so cool. What weight are these?
The number means the size of the hook.
Okay, and how about the weight?
I don't know the weight. We don't go by weight.
You don't go by weights?
Not on these, no.
Okay, give me one of each size of the black.
I'll have him do it.
Okay.
I don't know.
This is a business, so we gotta run it as a business. Every quarter I gotta pay.
I've never seen jigs like this. Of every size, I want one black and one white.
Me too.
Okay.
Don't lose those things.
Want me to help you?
Yeah,
I'm sure you will.
here you go. Keep the change.
I'm sure. Thank you, Gary.
Thank you. These are amazing. Okay, so here's how these micro jigs look through an iPhone instead of a head cam GoPro shaken by a 20-month toddler. I really regret that I don't have a nice camera yet, because you know what I see on the screen of the iPhone and what I see with my eyes is quite different. These jigs here, they look literally like a pearl. I know because my wife has pearls and they're just so brilliant. The light kind of plays in the surface and yeah, they look shiny, but if you look them in person, they're just incredibly just brilliant. It just look like little tiny pieces of jewelry. These guys here, they don't have the pearl finish, but I'll show you. They have so much detail for such a miniature jig. Look at how big a penny looks next to them. So let me tell you what I got first, and then I'll give you a little bit closer view. So of each of the, so this color is called white pearl. I'll give you some close-ups later. This color is just black, it's not black pearl. So these sizes are 2, 4, 6, and 8. And they go by the size of the hook that's used for making the jig, not by the weight. I'll give you the weights here in a second as well, but that's it for now. These little pieces here, they don't have sizes. They're all only one size. I don't know what size of hook this is. Probably 16, I would say. But yeah, let's see how they look from a little bit closer. Look at these things. I don't know if you can focus on the white pearl a little bit. Can you see the white pearl? I think the pearl finish is more visible now. The thing is, as if they weren't shiny and brilliant already, on the other side, they're actually chrome finish. Look at this. You tell me this is not one amazing micro jig. And by the way, just for size comparison, this jig next to it, forget about the tube, is 132 Berkeley roundhead. Look how much bigger the 132 looks next to these size 8s here. The hooks themselves are really thin wire. I mean, the Berkeley, look at the wire on the Berkeley hook, on the Berkeley jig compared to these micro jigs. And the Berkeley jigs looks made of some thick steel. Again, guys, these look much more brilliant and micro in person, but I'm doing my best here, playing with the camera on my iPhone. Now let's look at the tiny ones. I don't know what size hooks these are, but this is already too small even for bluegill. Why? Not because you're not going to catch a fish, but because the bluegill will swallow it and you will lose your expensive jig. These cost, at least I was charged $2 a pop. I forgot to mention the price. These are $1 a piece, these are $2 a piece. So these are not value rigs. These are kind of exotic, special kind of rigs. So yeah, these are too small for bluegill. These I would only use if I want to make some cool video about catching golden shiners or some minnows or creek chubs for bait or stuff like this. Really the kind of micro fishing that Extreme Philly Fishing is doing. Maybe I'll send him a sample of these one day and see how he does with them. But anyway, beyond the point, look how much smaller they are than a penny, and look at the amazing detail these guys have. They have black hook instead of golden, and these hooks even finer wire and look even sharper to me. Imagine you tip these things with a tiny little wax worm. Now, what fish in the water of the United States can swim by something like this and pass it? I just can't imagine a fish can pass something like this. So I'm pretty excited about trying this in the pond near me. as soon as get some open water. Okay, so let me give you some weights now, in case you're interested in this. I'm gonna move this over here for a second. So let's start with the biggest one. I think that's size 2 they call it. 1.4 gram. So remember, the conventional 1/32 of an ounce jig that everybody in US makes is 0.9 gram. So this is about 50% heavier than a 1/32 of an ounce jig. The next one, the size 4, is 0.7. Okay, so slightly lighter than a 1/32 of an ounce, about half the weight of the previous size. Then from 0.7, the next smallest one is 0.4, also roughly half of the previous size. That's about half of a 1/32, so 1/64. If you're looking for 1/64 ounce of a jig, these guys sell it. And the smallest one they sell is of this type, 0.3 grams. Okay, so that's 1/3 of a 1/32. So this is like 1/96 of an ounce, if you want to use the confusing American measuring system instead of the linear European system. And finally, let's measure one of these guys here. It's so difficult to grab them. Okay, 0.4 grams. Okay, so about 1/64 or 1/70th of an ounce for these small guys. So I think I went over everything. I don't think I can make better video with this iPhone. This is the contact information of this vendor if you want to contact them, if you're interested in these jigs. Of course, I'm not sponsored by them. I have 100 subs. I'm not sponsored by anybody. And I will even tell you, I mean, at $1 a pop for these guys and $2 a piece for these guys, these are definitely not value jigs, you know, for the value oriented. I would never use this in snaggy waters or right on top of some cover. But if you just want to experiment with something cool, I haven't seen this anywhere, and I browse fishing tackle at least 2-3 hours every day of the week. So I think these look pretty cool if you want to just buy somebody a cool gift that he's not gonna see in Cabela's. They're cool for that. You know, that's the kind of thing. They're kind of interesting and cool, not really value oriented. But yeah, the only thing I want to say again is I regret I don't have a nicer camera to show you how much they really shine when light falls on top of them. But that's it for this video. If you like this video, don't forget subscribe, like, thumbs up, all of that stuff, and I'll see you with the next video. Ciao.